This is a great sequence for increasing lung capacity and involves dividing either the in-breath or the out-breath into two equal parts. So if you were working with the in-breath, for example, you'd inhale 50% capacity of your lungs and pause, and then you continue inhaling until the lungs are full, and then it would be one long exhalation to take you into the next round. And when you get more practice with it, perhaps you could divide the in-breath into three equal parts, but that requires a little bit more practice. So let's start generally by loosening up the neck, the shoulders, the chest area so that we can receive the breath more freely. So we can just take some backward rotations, alternate backward rotations of the shoulders. You might like to take a long breath out through the mouth as you do that, and to consciously soften your face. And then change the direction of the rotation. So an alternate forward rotation of the shoulders. And then let's move that into some fast shrugging up and down with the shoulders. So you're feeling the shoulder blades moving, you're feeling the heaviness of the shoulders dropping down, so just nice and easy. And then take it into a twist. So twist to the right side. This little hug of muscles through your rib cage as you do that, and then a twist to the left side. And we'll come to center. So we'll work with two parts on the inhalation to start with, and we're going to breathe first into the right lung, then into the left lung, and then into the back of the lungs, and then into the front of the lungs, and we'll be sitting in positions that support that. So you can do this sitting in a chair, you can do it standing, and maybe at the end I'll show you how you can also do it lying down. So quite nice to do it lying down. Just change the cross of your legs. You're sitting cross-legged because you've probably gone in the direction of your habit. And then let's place the left hand down on the floor and just come into a comfortable side stretch to the left. So you're opening out your right side. So you want your shoulders to be soft, your neck to be long. Take a little hug of muscle through the right side of the body, so particularly around the rib cage. So you're hugging muscle to bone, tensing everything, and then releasing that tension. You might come a little further over. Take a moment or two just to watch the breath moving through your right side. And then we'll deepen the breath. And we'll inhale 50% capacity of the right lung and pause, and then continue that inhalation, and then it will be one long exhalation to take you into the next round, and we'll do it twice. So it looks a little bit like this. And your left shoulder's staying relaxed all the while, and you might come into slightly deeper side stretch each time you breathe out. So let's take it to the other side. So you take a gentle curve over to the left, so it doesn't have to be anything too strong. So you're reaching into left arm, you're drawing the left shoulder back a little bit, making sure your neck feels comfortable, shoulders are away from the ears. And then you're hugging muscle to bone through the left side. So just tensing the muscles to the left side of the body. And then as you release that tension, you might come a little further into your side stretch. You pause for a moment, just noticing the flow of breath through your left side. And then we'll take 2 rounds of that 2-part inhalation breath into your left lung. So it looks like this. And then coming back to upright. Let's breathe now into the back of the body. So you can bring the hands onto the floor in front of you. You might need to change your sitting position. You can do this with your legs out wide. So you bring the hands onto the floor in front of you, just making a little bridge with the fingertips there, softening your elbows and curling your spine. So you tuck your chin in, you round your shoulders, you're feeling the belly pushing a little to the spine. So back body pressing to the wall behind you. And then you're going to take 2-part inhalation here, focusing on the back of your lungs. So it will look like this. And obviously in this position, the curl forward means that you can't really take the breath into the front of the lungs. So if you want to take a good deep breath in, it's got to go backwards. So you're really expanding your back as you do that. And then to put the attention on the front of the lungs. Now again, we're making this little bridge with our fingertips, this time putting the hands beside the hips. And you're bending your elbows and pointing them to the wall behind you. So they're not going out to the side, and you're trying not to collapse down with your chest here. So the elbows point to the wall behind you. You're squeezing the elbows in. You're lifting the breastbone up. And so you're taking your 2-part inhalation to the front of the lungs, breathing from the bottom to the top. So as you inhale, that first 50% portion is going down. And then that second one fills you right up. Take that again. And then to complete the sequence, we'll focus on some exhalation, 2-part exhalation now. So the control is on the exhale. So we'll have the arms out to the side. Inhale, one long inhalation to take the arms up above the head. And then 50% exhalation, bring your hands to hover just in front of your third eye. And then complete your exhalation, hands are hovering in front of the heart. So we'll do that one 3 more times. So I'll do it with you. So one long inhalation. And then 50% exhale, pausing. Complete your exhalation, pausing, and then into the next round. Inhale. And then you can just sit with your hands on your knees. Taking 1 or 2 deeper breaths, so even length now of the inhalation and the exhalation to see how the breath is moving through you. And so you can explore that breath exercise in lots of different yoga postures, really. Any posture that's focusing on some sort of expansiveness of the chest, so through the sides, through the front, or through the back. It's particularly nice to do it when you're lying down. So you can lie down and bring the body into a kind of a C shape or a banana shape. So I'll show you what that might look like. So you'd lie to the far edge of your mat. So perhaps you've got your right hip over to the far edge of the mat and you're lying down. And then you bring your feet over to the left side of the mat and your left foot just cross easily over your right ankle. And then you can also shuffle your shoulders over to the left side of the mat. And you want to make sure that you're not twisting in your back and that the back of both shoulders are comfortably to the floor. So you might not be in a very dramatic shape, but at least there's just some more opening through your right side. And it might be enough just to have the arms out to the side at shoulder height, but if it's comfortable for your neck and shoulders, you can have the arms above the head. And so you'd bring your inhalation into your right lung here into equal parts. So again, it would look like this. And then you'd rest for a moment with the breath at its natural rhythm before swapping over to the other side. So you'd bring yourself into a neutral position, and then you'd shuffle your left hip over to the left side of the mat, and you take your feet over to the right side, and then it's right ankle, so feel a bit like your underneath ankle on top of the left, and then the shoulders can shuffle across as well. So you want to make sure you're not arching under your back, hips level, so you want your back to be comfortable, and then you're choosing where you place your arms, and then again you're taking your two-part inhalation, so this time into your left lung, so you can really track the movement of the torso in response to the breath. And a couple of breaths at your natural rhythm. And you're bringing yourself carefully back to neutral. And you could take your two-part exhalation in neutral position. So because you're working in relationship with gravity here, that exhalation, that pushing down of the lungs towards the floor might feel really quite satisfying. So of course I've done these quite quickly just for the purpose of demonstration, but you could do 5 rounds in each position. You could lie in that supported C-shaped position for 10 minutes exploring that breath exercise, and it would probably become a little softer if you're doing it for longer. So you don't have to be rigid about the way you use it. And as I say, once you've got used to the 2 equal parts, then perhaps you try and elongate it to 3 equal parts, and possibly even 4 equal parts. So you're finding that the capacity to expand the lungs and to be more aware of the muscles that are required for breathing improves with practice and improves with repetition.